Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment. You have to click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Guys, apologies for the voice. A little under the weather, so the voice is sounding a little foggy. I wanted to thank everyone for coming back to the live stream. I have been off all week. Not going to get into exactly why I've been off all week. I think that point will make sense in time. I plan to dedicate a video specifically to that. So some of that stuff's going to make a lot more sense. I'd say a couple months down the road. We'll get into that. But for now, what I wanted to say is I wanted to thank everyone for sticking with this channel who's returning. I wanted to thank everyone new who's tuning in. We have a lot of shit to catch up on. The charts have been on fire, okay? There have been a lot of exciting developments that have taken place this week in the charts. I am amped up. I'm excited. I want to get into the charts here. This entire week, I have not been close to the charts. I have not. So a lot of these things, a lot of these views we're going to take a look at, a lot of critical views that I hit on this channel, they are views that we've spoken to in the past that are very important, but that we haven't had an opportunity to take a look at, right? So we're going to take a look at them together. Let's see who is in the live stream. I will check out the comments here. DJ, glad to see you in here. I don't know if Casper will replace Bitcoin, but I think it's going to do great things by the end of this year, going into next year. No question about that. Jorge, thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. And coming from you, that means a lot because you're always busting my balls. So I appreciate you saying that. We can take a look at Grok later on if we have time. If we don't, I promise to get to it tomorrow. There are a lot of charts I wanted to cover. DJ, everything is going up. This is called the everything up run, okay? Just like we were in a really long period of downwards correction and consolidation, everything was going down, right? We're at that moment where, in my opinion, my educated view, everything is going to be going up. So if you are holding projects that you've been sitting on, you've been waiting. I'll give you an example. Cardano is a great example. Cardano, Doge, it just hasn't done anything. Be patient because these things will have a hard run with the rest of the market. Look at what Matic did today. Matic was up as much as like 16%. It's up 11% right now. Okay, I think this thing has a strong possibility of breaking into the top 10 next year. Okay. Even this year. Oof, you damn right I'm fucking back. Let's go. Rashid, Rash, thank you for the very positive feedback there on being back. Yes, I'm very happy to be back. Believe me, it's to be in the position I'm in right now, to be able to do this, to be live with you guys, to be able to be out here right now, you have no idea what it means to me. It's been a long week, so I'm just happy to be out here, honestly. DT is in the house. Glad to have you in here, man. Glad to see you. Ricky, welcome in. Glad to see you. Earthwalker, welcome back. Yeah, I know. The voice isn't sounding good. It'll come back. It'll come back, I assure you. J. Kim, welcome in. Ricky, welcome in. Glad to hear. Glad to hear everyone appreciates the content and missed having me out here. Believe me, I missed being out here too and interacting with everyone. Guys, enough of the niceties. We want to get in black oil. Damn right I'm alive. I'm more than alive. I feel on top of the world today. Believe me. I feel monumentally better today than I was at the beginning of the week. I'll just leave it at that. Let's get into the charts, though. That's why everyone is tuning in right now. Now, as you can see, this is a daily chart. Okay, so what are we looking at here? We broke the downtrend. What have we done ever since then? We got our golden cross, the 50 above the 200. It's the purple above the pink. That's the 50 above the 200. And we've just been having a meteoric rise in price, guys. Now, if you think this meteoric rise in price is unsustainable and we are due for a pullback, got a couple things to share with you, okay? I'm not saying we can't get a pullback. You could have thought the same thing here. You could have thought the same thing here as we broke 20. I remember when we broke our prior all-time high at $20,000 back in 2020, I said to myself, hey, logically speaking, once we break $20,000, given that was a major area of resistance, we're going to come back and back test it. We never did. This is what happens during these euphoric times. The market, just like what happens, let me explain the psychology of the market. It's very important to understand this. The psychology of the market, I can tell how much I'm struggling with my voice right now. The psychology of the market is when we go in this downward movement, okay, this is Bitcoin Weekly, you never think we're going up again, okay? Now, what that does is it conditions market participants to emotionally be in a state of, we will never go up again. This is just I am seeing YouTube headlines all over the place that this is a bear market rally. That's all I'm seeing. It's called disbelief, ladies and gentlemen. Disbelief. You just find it impossible that the market can go up. But do you know what it keeps doing? And this is just my, roughly what I expect to see happen. It just keeps going up and there's limited pullbacks. Just like we just kept going down here, we just keep going up, right? So I would caution you to say that the market has to pull back. Now, I don't know if anyone recalls this chart, and we're going to take a look at the weekly close here in a moment. There is a very interesting chart I want to take a look at with you that once the weekly close prints, it could spell something monumentally bullish for us. So just hang on until we get to that chart. This is a 3-day chart. And what I indicated to everyone with this 125 simple moving average, which is the green line here, once after you're in a significant downtrend, when you break the green line, okay, and you hold it as resistance, once you get a candle body, a close above it, we typically stay above the green line and we have a monumental rise in price. And I've shared this with you in the past. This is a chart that no one else has shared. This is a chart that no one else has spoken to. You can see that when we got the cross here back above a 94x, we rode back above it here for a 2.5x. We rode back above it here for an 8.1x. Here, I just took the average of this and said, if we get a 5.3x, that would take us to $130,000. I do not think it is unrealistic to see a top in Bitcoin somewhere around $130,000, okay? I believe I've been on record, depending how strong this impulse is and the timing of the market movement, that we will likely see Bitcoin top anywhere between underwhelming at 80,000 to overwhelming at 150,000. I could see it between $80,000 and $150,000, and nothing has changed about that. Now, this is one of these charts that really concerned me. And as you can see, we've done nothing but made a monumental stride out of this Gaussian channel. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. This is the Gaussian channel. You can see this was the rough movement that I wanted to see out of here. We've done that. We're significantly out of the Gaussian channel, which is awesome to see. But let's get into this chart. Now, for those of you who feel that the moves in the market are unsustainable, I've spoken to the fact that when the Bitcoin weekly RSI gets above 70 and stays above 70, and you can see right now it's at 74.9, we have seen monumental rises in price. What I want to see on the Bitcoin weekly is I want to see this weekly relative strength index maintain itself at and above 70. Now, These are my rough expectations, okay? You can see that for the year, I've spoken to this, and we're in line. Look at how the market is moving right now. I mean, we're right in here. I want to close the year out between 35.5 and 48. Now, you can see right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $37,000, okay? We're right in this orange zone. I want to see a nice gradual rise in prices. Everybody's waiting for a massive dump. And then I want to start getting up towards this blue box by the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter. Now, sorry, my ears are clogged. Now, I don't know, and no one knows when Bitcoin is going to top, but I am leaning heavily towards Bitcoin having a blow-off top, as you guys know, much sooner than most market participants believe. I believe that Bitcoin will have a blow-off top sometime around the halving, whether it's around April, May, June. We'll have to see. Maybe it is later. Maybe I'm proven wrong. Maybe we don't top until the end of 24 going into 25. That's entirely possible. But this is roughly what I expect to see. If we were to top in June, this is roughly what I expect to see. We top up here around 120, 130,000, and then we have our large correction here. But as you can see on the weekly here, I mean, there's nothing concerning going on, right? Again, if we go to a lower time frame, actually, let me go to a lower time frame and show you what's going on. So I put this 12-hour chart that we routinely look at on a 6-hour. And as you can see, we were in a pennant formation. We broke up, and we're just consolidating. We never hit the top of the target for the pennant, which was closer up to $40,000. But right now, I mean, literally, we just broke up. We have this huge indecision candle on huge volume down here. Now we're just consolidating. I'm not telling you, guys, I'm not telling you we can't break down. But I will tell you this. I want you to keep this in mind. Okay, and I'm dead serious about this. I have been here for years, and I've seen the market conditions. I've seen the market conditions where everyone is expecting a significant pullback. Well, I didn't get this run up. I'm just going to wait for 32. And it does not come. Guys, you see these altcoins popping off. There are altcoins popping off all over the fucking place. I'm telling you, being here for years, these are the market conditions that are screaming to me that we are going to see monumental movements to the upside. Monumental movements to the upside. Okay? I cannot tell you, I cannot guarantee you what we will see in this market. No one. I will never give you financial advice. You need to unfollow anyone you're subscribed to on YouTube or following on Twitter that is telling you with certainty what the market's going to do. I never do that. I do not know. What I will tell you is the way that I am leaning heavily based on education. Everything I share with you is based on education. And I'm telling you, being here for years, God damn it, being here for years, these altcoins are just popping off right now. And Bitcoin just continues to move up and consolidate and move up and consolidate. And my strong view and opinion is we are going to continue making these moves up. People are going to be waiting for these 40% corrections, and they're just not going to happen, in my opinion. There will be a moment. I will say this. I do think there's potentially going to be a moment where you could see that 35% correction in Bitcoin. I just don't see it happening here. All right? The trend is your friend till the end. Look at this thing. Why in the hell would you want to fight this trend? We've been in a massive trend reversal since January of this year. For those people, okay, I got news for you, okay? For everyone who jumped aboard the fucking bandwagon that we've been in a bull market for the past couple weeks. Fucking... Now I just broke my clicker because I'm so animated. Hold on. See, I got to fix that now. All right. Wake up. We have had a trend reversal since the beginning of the fucking year. Wake up. If you want to live your life, okay, if how you choose to live your life is to make investment decisions based on a headline, based on a news narrative, based on some fucking clickbait thumbnail from some $100,000 follower YouTuber looking to make money off of you. You go for it. You go for it. You would have been in fear porn euphoria all year and you would have missed out on this shit. I got news for you. We've been in a turnaround since the beginning of the year. Wake up. This is not a bear market rally. If you think this is a bear market rally, you will continue to miss out. I am emphatic about that. I believe that the moves in the market are going to be sudden and swift, and you got to capture it. It's not going to last long, guys. This isn't a super cycle. This isn't something where we're going to have, this is not going to be some fucking bull market where you're going to have crypto projects running off until the year 2027, guys. If you think XRP is going to $30 and Bitcoin's going to $300,000, you're going to be sitting on your hands and you're not going to cash out and profit from this. Hey, you think someone's going to flip a switch for XRP? You think your fucking meme coin's going to jump into the top 10? Guys, you can sit on your hands all day, okay? This is not the channel for you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, all right? All right? This is going to be a swift, quick move, and you better know how to prosper from it. It's going to happen quicker and sooner than people think. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and again, we don't top until the end of next year. Maybe it takes 6 months longer. It takes even longer than I'm anticipating. The point is, when it happens, it's going to be quick. You better have a game plan. Everything is heating up right now. I am heavily leaning towards us having a blow off top sometime around the halving. We're going to have a large correction in the stock market. We're going to have a very large correction in crypto. Okay, that is where I'm leaning. And I will put out a video on the 5. I'm going to keep it simple, stupid simple. 5 indicators that when they flash, it tells me Bitcoin has topped or is very close to topping. Now, guys, we're about to get into the weekly close here, but let's look at one more chart real quick. I can't believe I broke my clicker. This is what happens when the passion comes out. God damn, I broke my... Who says hitting shit doesn't work, guys? Live right now on All in the Charts. If you appreciate the fact that hitting shit makes it work, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button right now. Okay, guys, in all seriousness, I had this yellow box up here, and I said Bitcoin dominance would more than likely top sometime around 53 to 58%. We could wick up. You know, there's another well-respected technician I at least saw out there, Tony the Bull BTC. He spoke about, I believe, 62%. Okay, maybe we wick up to 62%, but we were really close to a topping zone. I even spoke to the relative strength index. You know, this 72.5 to 77.5. This is a prime zone for us to top in the Bitcoin dominance, right? Now, more than likely we've topped. What does it actually mean? Okay, this is what we want to watch for. There is an uptrending line here. When this line breaks, when the RSI, when this breaks, this is when you're really going to begin to see altcoins run, in my opinion. So it's something to keep an eye on. Now, we just got our weekly close, and I want to look at something with you. Very important. Okay, guys. We're literally right at the trigger line. Now, if you've been here for a while, okay, I've spoken to the ADX and DI indicators on the weekly, okay? Listen very carefully. If you're new tuning in, pay very close attention to what I'm about to say, because we are firing right now, bullish. Listen to what I'm about to say. The DI indicators are the green and red line. Your 20 is the trigger line, okay? Now, what you want to see is you want to see the green above the 20, and you want to see the red below the 20. The wider the mouth, it's like an alligator, the more bullish it is. As you can see here, this is a very wide mouth between the green and the red, okay? Check mark number 1. Check mark number 2 we were waiting for. We had not had bullish confirmation, and I said to you guys 2 weeks ago, Let's chill. Let's be patient. Okay. In life, in many regards, and many things you go through in life, you have to be patient. And if you're patient in life, patience often is rewarded to you. The ADX indicator, which is the orange line, this is what we've been waiting for. We want it to get above 20. We just took a hard turn. We were in our fucking Corvette, and we just took a hard right turn, and we've gone up the right road here to get above 20. The ADX right now is sitting right at 20. This is what we went. Historically, and we've looked at this in the past, we're not going to look at it again. Historically in the past, on the weekly, when you get the DI positive, check mark, we got it. And now, guys, this is historically significantly, statistically, historically significant. Now when you have the ADX flashing positive and it's above 20, and you got both firing, you can expect, just based on history, this is, let me see here, sample size 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a sample size of 4. Again, limited price data on Bitcoin. Sample size of 4 on the weekly chart. All 4 times. We have seen a monumental rise in price that I've drawn out here. Okay? I think this time around will look something similar to back here in 2021. Okay? Taking us up, which you want to hope for, okay, as a bull and as someone who holds altcoins. I have a lot of altcoins myself. What you want to hope for is you really want to see Bitcoin get above the psychological level of $100,000. I've shared with you I have a lot of thoughts on $100,000. I have thoughts going in one direction to say Bitcoin doesn't break $100,000 next year because too many people are saying it's a foregone conclusion. I also believe it's very possible we could blow well past $100,000 and start going towards 130, 150. Okay, anything north of $150,000, while it's certainly a possibility, I don't consider it very likely. I don't. So what this is setting us up for, though, is more bullish continuation to the upside in terms of from a probabilistic nature. That's all I can do, guys. If you're not a numbers person, I apologize if some of this is taking a little bit harder to sink in. I don't apologize, actually. It's just you're not mathematically inclined. I get it. So I'm trying my best to communicate these things in the best terminology I can to state this in layman's terms. But all I'm doing is I'm reading numbers and charts, right? It's just data. It's empirical data. And I'm interpreting it for you. That's all I'm doing. I'm not interjecting my emotional opinion. As emotional as I get out here, and as much as I love to have fun and be myself out here, at the end of the day, all I'm doing is translating the data. That's all I'm doing. This is a very bullish development, guys. It cannot be understated. This is telling me, okay? This is telling me that I am feeling much more convicted we're going to see something like this. Now, I don't know exactly how it's going to look, but this is leaving me feel more convicted that we're going to see some sort of general uptrend. How high this goes, maybe we have a blow off top here. Who knows? But it's making me feel more convicted that we're going to see follow through going into the fourth quarter. Remember, if you've been here for a while, what have I said repeatedly on this channel? I've said a lot of things repeatedly on this channel. And I half apologize for going off earlier. I was really going off there. I get a little passionate, guys. If you appreciate the passion, hit the thumbs up. What have I consistently said on this channel? Sometimes when you're live and you're doing a YouTube stream, you completely lose your train of thought. I have no idea what I was just about to say. But I do know this. Right now, there are too many charts that are flashing for us in the bullish direction to call this a bear market rally, right? All we can do is trust the data. That's all we can do. Again, if you want to choose to trust headlines and you want to take an emotional, because that's what you're doing. If you want to choose to take a non-empirically based view and take an emotional based view for your investments, have fun, because I don't think you're going to succeed. But I think you're increasing the probability that you will be more successful with your financial investments if you take an empirically based view of of your investments, empirically based view of the charts in your investments. Solana, guys, this thing has been ripping and roaring. I had this drawn for months, okay? Higher highs, higher lows. That's the name of the game. Look at this thing. I have to draw this up higher. All we keep doing with Solana is building higher highs and higher lows. If we go on to the weekly, of course, this RSI is getting a little overextended. But, I did a little bit of digging before the channel, before we went live, excuse me. We've been overextended plenty of times. Look at this period of time. Overextended. We went way up. Overextended. We still went up. Okay? So I'm not saying that we couldn't have a pullback here. The RSI is flashing to us, hey, warning signal, you could have a pullback here. But there's no reason for the next couple weeks we couldn't still go up towards 140, 200 and then have a pullback. Okay? I think Solana is positioning itself to flip XRP and is going to be right behind Ethereum. So we'll have to see if that happens. Matic, again, strong impulsive move here. We're on the weekly. Technicals are looking great. MACD's getting closer and closer to getting above the zero trigger line, which is awesome to see. Everything's looking healthy here. If you're looking for a pullback and you don't want to purchase at current levels, where are we sitting right now? We're at 90 cents. Oh, wow. Trying to identify another area of price confluence for Matic. You could see a pullback maybe towards 84 cents. Maybe towards the mid to low 80-cent range. But we're getting a strong, impulsive reaction up. And again, I tried to level set the conversation with you guys. I tried to do this all year. Okay, even though Matic was boring, I said, hey, what do I have illustrated on this chart? Again, the basic building blocks of a bullish narrative are higher highs and higher lows. That's what we have here. All the way in June, we printed a low of 31 cents. We printed a low here of 50 cents. That's a higher low. We have a high here of $1.58. More than likely, this impulsive action is going to take us well north of $1.58 towards $2 plus. Okay, so this is why it's important to remain patient. Now, if you chose to, instead of being patient and look at this chart and say, wow, this is an extremely bullish chart, maybe I should be patient with my investment in Matic. If instead you chose to listen to the headlines surrounding Gary Tyrant, Fucktard Gensler, and how Matic might be a security, well then maybe you chose to sell your investment and then you maybe chose to make a horrible decision, right? Because what you did is, instead of making an empirically based decision and looking at the chart here, you made an emotional based decision. Those emotions are a money killer. And guys, I don't mean to come out here and imply things in a way that should suggest to you that I haven't made some horrible decisions investment-wise with emotions, because I have. I've made very bad decisions. But do you know what I've done? I've done the thing in life that people need to do in order to grow as an individual and to prosper moving forward. I chose to learn from that. And it looks like my NordVPN, is my NordVPN on? I chose to learn from that opportunity. Yeah, my VPN isn't even on. Sorry if my live stream's cutting out. I don't know what the hell the issue is. Let me just check this. Okay. Yeah. So what I was attempting to share with you guys is, I've made bad decisions, but in order to succeed in life, I feel very firmly on this. In order to be successful in life, in order to succeed in life, one of the greatest things that can happen to you is to not succeed the first time around or even the second time around, because they create learning opportunities for the person who is strong-willed mentally. To be successful in this market, to really create some level of financial independence for yourself, which is a subjective term, you have to be mentally strong. Now, that implies you have to do the due diligence and educate yourself, but you also have to be mentally tough to say, hey, I got this wrong. I thought we were going to 100 plus here, okay? I thought this was our wave 4 correction. and I thought we were going up. Nope, we had an irregular correction. This was an A, B, C irregular correction. Okay, learn from it. Learn from it and move forward. What will I do differently to ensure that I have a higher success rate next time? And that's where I'm at today. I feel extremely confident in myself. Extremely confident in myself because I have learned so much from the past. And I want you guys to be in that position of power as well. Let's take a look at CASPA. CASPA right now, which is breaking down from the triangular formation of consolidation, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, you could redraw this like this. The point is, right now, what I'm trying to illustrate here, we had a monumental rise up, and now we're just consolidating, okay? Especially given where the market is at right now, I am anticipating a very large move up in CASPA. Guys, CASPA made a huge move up and was sitting at like 45. And I was kind of sitting at position 45, and a lot of people were calling for 50% corrections. Go to my YouTube videos. What was I saying about CASPA? This is one project I have been nearly spot on with. From points of entry, okay, on periods of consolidation, I've been spot on. From not having a 50% correction and seeing a massive leg up, I've been spot on, okay? We jumped from a market cap ranking of 45. We were all the way up at 31 at one point. Now we're sitting at 35. You're telling me this thing's not going to break into the top 20 soon? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what are you waiting for in terms of this project if you're not in this thing to do your own research? Again, never financial advice. Do your own research. I've said before, this project is the most excited I've been about a project from a fundamental perspective in a very long time. I would say since HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. So from a technical analysis perspective and from a fundamental perspective, I am uber bullish. I think it's just consolidating. And we're going to see a break up towards 20 cents. Yes, I just said 20 cents. We're going to see a break up towards 20 cents. Will it hit exactly 20 cents? At some point it's going to, but will it this year? I don't know. I don't know that, but I think it's going to make a break up towards 20 cents. Let's take a look at the total crypto market cap. Let's see what we got here. Oh, man. My ears are so clogged. Ah, damn. I made the mistake of being around somebody who had a cold, a bad cold. So now I am suffering as a result. Guys, this is monumental. This was a huge red area of resistance for a long time. We've been talking about this forever on this live stream. We got a confirmation close above 1.34 trillion. Guys, give yourself, I'm not trying to be corny, I'm being legit when I say this. Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back, if you stuck through this entire correction. These red circles are indicating to you that this region here was look at this major area of resistance here we couldn't get above. We punched right above it, and now we've stayed above it, okay? Next on deck is 1.6, followed by 1.8 trillion. This was a significant development in this chart. You can see here the MACD is well above zero. And this is on the weekly. Let's take a look at the 2-week, actually. I don't think the 2-week is set to print until next week. Yeah, till the 20th. Look at the 2-week even. The MACD is above zero for the first time on the 2-week since back here in May of 2020. That's one of the things I want you guys to understand. I want to take a look at Harmony 1 as an example. Let's take a look at Harmony 1. There are many altcoins that are beginning to see their MACDs start to push above or get very close to pushing above zero on the weekly chart, which hasn't happened in years. This is a significantly bullish development that if you're not a chartist, you wouldn't know to pay attention to, okay? So if we look at Harmony 1 on the weekly, again, I was pointing out the bullish divergence here that did play out. Harmony 1 is very close to getting, if we can get a push, if Harmony 1 this week or next week can start to get a push above 2 to 2.3 cents, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. That's only a 20 to 50% move. If Harmony 1 can move up 20 to 50% in the next week or two, you're going to see the MACD get above 0 on the weekly. Now, that has not happened. There hasn't been a negative to positive cross on the MACD since technically back here when we were above 0. Last time we were below 0. Depends how you want to look at it. When we were below 0 to get a positive cross, January of 21. Since we were above 0 but had a positive cross, August of 21. So either way, it's been several years, okay? And each time it had that cross, you saw a monumental rise up in price, okay? We're sitting at a 1.6 cents right now, okay? These things can move very, very quickly. Let's take a look at H-bar for all my H-barbarians out there. Okay, H-bar on the weekly. Let's get off Tony's Raging Bull indicator. Okay. That's proprietary information. I cannot talk about that on this channel. Okay, this is H-bar on the weekly. You can see we've broken downward resistance. Right now, there's this resistance right around 6.2. Technically, we closed above it. Where's the MACD at? Let's take a look at the MACD. See the MACD? The MACD is ahead of Harmony 1. See how it's trying to push back up above 0? We haven't been back above 0 for a positive cross since August of 21, January of 21. Again, same thing, okay? Now, again, sticking with the spirit of higher highs and higher lows, what am I anticipating for H-bar? Let's have a moment to talk about that. We have a low here and a higher low here. We have a high here. Now, this high was at 9.9 cents. So this run that I think is going to happen in the fourth quarter here, as we continue to run up here in the fourth quarter, I think we're going to head north of 10 cents, okay? We're going to start heading towards 15 cents. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised to see H-bar at 15 cents by January of next year. So within 2 months, up towards 15 cents. I think that's very, very possible. Let's take a look at the last component of the Holy Crypto Trinity real quick. Let's take a look at the Decentraland Mana. This has been having some really nice moves. Now, the significant development on Mana, as you can see here, is we have broken downward resistance. Now, it is quite possible, as I always say, we broke downward resistance here, okay? It is quite possible we could come down here and retest this as support, use it as a springboard, and continue on the way up, okay? Apologies for the internet connection. I see it kind of going out on me there for a little bit. I'm not really sure what the issue is. My VPN is off, so I'm not really sure. So we could come down towards this 42-cent level. However, keep in mind, in these market conditions, while it is a possibility, I always talk about that on this channel, I view it as a smaller possibility, only given the market conditions, that we might just continue chugging up. Now, ultimately, what would I want to see on this chart? Now, here, this was around 29, and this was at, this is arguably a double bottom, okay, with a high up here. What I want to see next from Decentraland is I want to break 85 cents. This was this swing high here. Once we break 85 cents, okay, it's all about this main area here at around $1.10. So I'll have to see how we interact with $1.10 once we break there. But when we go to the technicals, look at the MACD. It's getting closer and closer to getting above 0. Stochastic RSI looks good. RSI looks very healthy. It's pushing up towards 60. So a lot of these projects, guys, they're just all beginning to turn around. Again, I do want to reiterate something. I could be proven to be dead wrong, okay? And maybe I'm incorrect and this is nothing but a bear market rally. However, while I always am open to that possibility and I could be wrong, I am very much under the belief that everyone who's calling for that is in disbelief right now. They're literally in disbelief. And they've been in disbelief since January. Remember, most money managers were scaring people out of the market at the literal bottom of the market. Again, I'm not here to talk to you fundamentally what's wrong with the economy. I believe there's a shitstorm within the economy, and shit is brewing, and the roosters will come home to roost. We will have pay for the horrible decisions we've made financially and economically, okay? I'm not here to talk to you about that. I'm here to talk to you about what's in the charts, and what the charts tell me is what I've been saying all year, literally all year I've been saying this. Melt up before melt down. I've been saying that all fucking year. Nothing has changed, okay? What else? Guys, I want to take a look at traditional markets, and I want to take a look at the DXY, but I'm going to hold off and save that for tomorrow. Anything else? I know I did have at least one charting question. I have a couple here. Guys, let's get into the charting questions tomorrow. I see we're pushing up against over 40 minutes. Guys, here's what I want to do. I wanted to give you an update today. I wanted to let you know I'm back, okay, to live streaming, which you have no idea how significant that is, because I didn't even know if I would really be back this week. So I'm back this week, which is awesome news. I will be back tomorrow, okay? Now, I have TA questions coming in. Typically, I live stream around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you had a question and I didn't get to it, please come on the live stream tomorrow, and I promise I will chart whatever you're asking, whether it's Alchemy Pay or whatever the case is. I know Jorge had a question as well. We're also going to take a look at traditional markets tomorrow. We're going to take a look at Ethereum tomorrow because we didn't cover that. So make sure you come back to the live stream tomorrow. I'll be back here around 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Guys, including Injective Protocol. We can take a look at that tomorrow as well, J. Kim. Guys, just wanted to thank you all for tuning back in here. I'm really excited to be back. We will take a look at more charts tomorrow. I'm going to sign off for now. But things are heating up, guys. Things are going our way. I'll also try to put some thought into some other charts we can cover as well. But there's several that we didn't get to cover today that I can think of that I'll make sure to cover tomorrow. But glad to see everyone back. Thank you so much for the support. I'm excited to be back. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back all week. Until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everybody. Good to see everyone.